boy, do we have some interesting stuff to talk about this Saturday morning. Now, those of you who have been following Super for a while, you know that every Saturday morning, the Dragon Ball Super official Twitter page releases preview images for the episode airing later on tonight. And that's right, later tonight we will have the Dragon Ball Super episode 127 is going to be airing, and we're going to be talking about it afterward. Of course, I'll have my review up, and I may or may not do a stream. I'm thinking about it. It depends on what happens in this episode, and I'll probably do a follow-up video based on the information I'm about to give you here on this video. And what I usually do is, every so often on Saturday morning, I will do a video sometimes, not every week, covering some of these preview images if I feel there's something important to cover, right? And I feel like this week's preview images are actually going to be possibly some of the most interesting ones that we've ever gotten, right? Ever. We're going to discuss it right here. So if you don't want to, I don't know if you consider it a spoiler, because we're just going to speculate, but if you don't want to know anything, then this is not the video for you. But let's talk about these images. There's one in particular that I'm really, really interested in. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This first one, there's nothing really to say. Vegeta there with his shirt off. We saw this last week, of course, and Goku. Still, I guess Vegeta recovered quickly, going after Jiren. And we know based on the spoilers that they are going to indeed try to attack Jiren with 17 there. And I don't want to go into all the spoilers because maybe you guys didn't read all those or see all those or whatever, but let's just say that 17 will take up a big portion of this episode, but Goku and Vegeta are still going to fight. And so that's interesting, but it's not anything new. Then we have this awesome picture of Jiren. Now, I've had some people ask me to do a video on Jiren's, I guess, like different auras, because it's not really a different aura, but it is. Like, Jiren's power up here has kind of this volcanic ash type of thing. Very cool looking, I think. Very, very cool. And he's on fire. I mean, he's pretty much in flames, but it looks different. It's not like a traditional Kaioken. Like, it's more of an actual, like, realistic fire looking move. I had one guy ask me if I should do a video breaking down the layers of Jiren's power. I may or may not do that depending on whether or not there's substance to it. If there's something that has to actually do with his power, I will talk about it, but I think it's just him really maxed out. Now, I'm going to skip an image. There's one last one I want to talk about here. This one right here is just 17 creating a barrier. We know that he's going to be protecting Goku and Vegeta at one point in this episode coming up tonight. So that's interesting. But the big one, we got to talk about this image right here. This image right here, okay? This is very, very interesting. Now, obviously, what we're seeing here, down here below, is we are seeing what appears to be a silhouette of the Pride Troopers, and you can recognize some of them here. Obviously, Topo's right here. Let me see if I can make the image. I'll see if I can put the image up bigger for you guys in a different tab. There we go. That way it doesn't get in the way. So, I love this image of the Pride Troopers, but then right above we have this. Now, we've been waiting to hear Jiren's backstory for a long time. I mean, everybody wants to know who is this mysterious Jiren, where does he come from? I don't know if this is supposed to be Jiren's son or if it's actually baby Jiren or kid Jiren training. So there's a possibility. It looks like he's fighting a tower of onions or something, but no. This image to me is fascinating because I think this is going to tell us that at some point tonight in Dragon Ball Super's episode, somewhere in episode 127, we're actually going to find out a lot more about Jiren, because I'm pretty sure what we're seeing here, and again, I'm just speculating, we're going to find out tonight, is Jiren as a kid training. So we actually may see, like, how Topo discovered him, where he comes from. We may even find out what his wish is. I really love this image right here because it looks like kid Jiren, looking probably badass since he was a kid. Or it could also be, the other idea is it could be Jiren's family. Maybe Jiren has a son who he's training, right? And he wants to preserve the universe for his son. I mean, there's so many possibilities here, and I want you guys to leave a comment in the description, or in the comment section of this video, and tell me if you think this is Jiren as a kid or Jiren's son. I think if I was a betting man, if you were to say pick one, I'm going to go with it being Jiren as a kid. So I really hope we finally get some backstory on this and we find out more about Jiren, because that's one character that I think we all want to know more about. They've been keeping him mysterious on purpose, and I think it'd be cool to at least get something. I'm not saying to tell his entire life story. You can do that later on with a manga or with a different show or whatever, but it's good to see that. So that is the main thing I wanted to talk about here. Jiren's backstory possibly revealed. I'm going to be watching the episode tonight. I will have my review up afterward, and then what I'll do is I'll watch the episode again, probably give it some thought, and if Jiren's backstory is interesting enough, I'll give it its own separate video and kind of give you my thoughts on it. You know, that's what I'm going to do. We'll see. We'll see. It depends on how it plays out tonight. I don't just want to do a video. There's not really much interesting information, but just this image right here looks interesting. I mean, he's got this, like, you know, kind of Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jedi, like, looking raggedy clothes, like robes. And, you know, maybe this is not the Pride Troopers. Maybe, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is Topo right here. Maybe it's somebody else. This could be the recruitment of Jiren. I mean, it's tough for me to say. So that about does it for the spoilers. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Kamehacon. I've been talking about it lately in my other spoiler video. The Dragon Ball convention coming up this May. I just wanted to quickly update everyone. More content creators coming. Myself, I'm hosting the event. Halusa Twin will be doing something very special with the 3 members of the Falconer Productions music crew, which is Scott Morgan, Julius Dobosh, and Mike Smith, the former members of the group. I'm not going to reveal it until it gets announced officially, but if you're a fan of that music, you're going to have a lot to dig here at the convention. Anime AJ, of course, will be there. He's doing a panel on animation of Dragon Ball Super, telling the entire backstory. Ken Damu, martial arts extraordinaire, been on my channel before. Ken Damu will be at Kamehacon doing a martial arts themed panel. SSJ Goshen 4, which is one of the original OG Dragon Ball YouTubers before Geekdom. Before I was in the community, but I wasn't doing YouTube. She was one of the first ones to do YouTube way back, like almost 10 years ago. She'll be there, which I knew. She was very excited about this since it first got announced. And SSJ Prince Vegeta, or SSG Prince Vegeta, the parody channel, will be there as well. So, and these are only 6 of the announced content creators. Way more coming. So check that out over on Kamehacon.com. Remember, tickets are still available, and now they have meet and greet tickets out now. 3-day pass is still available. So check out the event. I hope to see all of you there. I will be there, and we'll have a lot of fun. Anyways, hope y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see y'all tonight for Dragon Ball Super episode. Dragon Ball Super episode 127. See you then.